Hi everybody, I'm back. It's been a little while. I've been really, really busy. I'm serious when I say that. Like, I have been stretched pretty thin. But it has been a while, and I don't know about you all, but I certainly felt like this major shift happened Saturday. I woke up at 2:11 in the morning and couldn't get back to sleep. So again, my sleep patterns over the summer haven't been the greatest, to say the least. But yeah, I definitely felt a shift in energy, and I've just felt it continue on ever since then. So I feel things are heating up. I don't know about all of you, but I do. And so I thought this would be a good time to come on. I think what we want to do, like, I just know there's so much going on right now. And I know it. Like, we don't need to pull cards on it. It's happening. We know it. We're finally seeing what we've known would happen right along, right? Truths are coming out. All of that censoring that the Facebook did, that's all coming out. And, yeah, truths are coming up, just like we said they were going to. Just like we all knew in our hearts and our minds, just like the cards affirmed for us, truths are coming up to the surface. So I think we're in the thick of it. I really think we're in the thick of it. We had some major things happen on 8/8, right? Here in my country anyway, which is kind of a big deal, and I think that's going to lead to some big deals. But I feel like we're stepping into, I feel like we're right on the cusp. Right on the cusp of things really happening. So there's a lot of different ideas about what that's going to look like, right? So there's a lot of fear stuff out there saying, that we're going to go through hell on wheels while this transition takes place. And then, there's people like me that believe we create our own reality, and but some things are inevitable. I mean, some things are just inevitable, and there's always like a consequence to an action, right? So I want to see, with all this energy shifting, one of the things that I want to see is how everybody's doing emotionally, and I'm hoping that everybody's doing great. But the first thing I want to do, I think I want to look at the month of September. We're on the last day of August today, and I want to see what the month of September looks like for us. So I'm going to ask the cards very specifically to give us insight into the month of September. And we'll see what we get. I don't really have an overall question. You and myself, all of you, we know what's coming. I mean, we know, right? We've already had the cards tell us that the election was overturned. We already have had the cards tell us tons of things. We know these things. We know these things to be true. So I'm looking for us to get some insight for September. What is it that Spirit, that our guides, our highest versions of self, our God, our source energy, our light beings, what is it that they want to give us for advice for the month of September? And I think we should check in. We should check in probably at least every couple of weeks as to what we should be doing, as far as what we can be doing, not only spiritually, which we know what we should be doing spiritually, right? Projecting the best outcomes for the highest and greatest good for humanity. But we also know we need to get our houses in order. It's just smart. It's just smart, right? So let's see what they want to give us for insight, okay? So let's just take a peek at what they want to give us for insight for the month of September. All right, you guys, already first card up representing the month of September is we've got the Star. We have the Star Higher Arcana card already. First up. Oh my goodness. What's driving the whole reading is the Lovers. You know, information's going to be coming up, you guys. A lot of it looks like we're winning the war. Brand new start. Okay, so the month of September is going to be hot. We're going to see some major shifts, all right? So we got the Star, Major Arcana card. So the star grounds heaven into earth. She walks between both worlds. She's fantastical. Great things happen with the Star. We're about to see something big happen. Right above the Star, we got the ending of a cycle. The sticks are dead. These are the wands. Wands represent the journey. This has been a heavy burden. It's too hard. It's too hard. We can't do it. We've picked up our sticks. We're done. We're done. So the month of September is going to be something really big with the Star and then the ending card right above it. We're going to see something major in September, okay? It's going to be major. Across from that, what we see is going to allow us to be looking out at something completely new. It's going to change the face of everything. Like, we're going to be looking at a whole new world. If you look, these are wands, right? That's the journey. And these wands are behind him. And he's holding the world in his hand outward. And he's looking out. It's a new world. And right above that, it says brand new journey. We got the Ace of Wands. So we're going to be looking out at a brand new world, whole new journey, something completely new. We feel it, right? I mean, you all feel it. I feel it. It's like bubbling. It's bubbling. And it looks like it's going to really start hitting the ground running in September, okay? So, the Lovers. We got the Lovers card. Driving this entire reading. Another Higher Arcana card. This is, a lot of times, making deals, getting over the hump, okay? So there have been deals being made. There are deals being made for information to come up. It can't not come up with this card. It always comes up and rises to the surface. And then right above that, we've won. We've got the majority of the information out there already. So remember that it said that it would be channels, you know, the back channels where the information would start to be seen, and we'd be sharing information via these channels, and then it would start to hit mainstream media. So if you look at this, these are swords. That's your ego, your thoughts, your words, information, technology, and of course, inspired thought. See how he's got the majority of these swords in his hand? He's looking back. He's laughing. He's running away with them. Do you see that? And then there's just a couple of swords in the background. Like he's taking all the information. He's running with it. He's laughing. This is our time, guys. The information is coming out. Most of the information is coming out. There's no stopping it. We're looking back laughing. We're winning. That's a winning card. We're winning. We're winning. Okay? So the month of September, we're going to see major information that comes up. It's going to create a complete shift. It's going to end a cycle. Major information is coming out in September. It's going to shift everything, okay? It's going to begin something incredible. Incredible, because we get to look out at the new world. Brand new journey. So that's what we're seeing. That's what our spirit world wants us to know, that the month of September is holding for us right now as the energy stands in this moment, okay? So, we're ending a cycle. We're ending something. Something is coming to pass in the month of September. Now, it hasn't given me, I mean, we have information and we have swords and we have Higher Arcana cards here. We don't have anything in the form of pentacles and or cups, right? So those pentacles would really give us an idea as to what's ending. This is the journey. And we know there are so many parts to this journey, so many moving parts. We have the banks, we have Nasara Gasara, we have, in my country, this guy that people want to pretend is the leader of our country. And then we have the guy who's the real leader, right? So, and there's stuff going on all over the world, you know. I mean, several of you have asked me to check into your countries. We see that, I mean, we are watching, everything's an illusion. Everything's an illusion. It's all part of this big show, and we're part of the show, right? So we have to spread the information, and, you know, we're part of this show. So let's take a look. I want to keep these fairly short because honestly, some of my videos have taken 2 to 3 days to go up. So I want to keep this relatively short so that it goes up fairly quick. What I'll do is I'll come back in and I'll do other snippets and I'll put those up, other short videos. But I want to take a look. I'm going to ask for clarification off the ending of a cycle. I want to see what we're going to end. So let's see if they will tell us specifically what is ending, or at least one of the things that are ending that would most benefit us to hear, because I think there's probably a lot of things ending, but we can only get one thing at a time with the cards, right? And we also need to use our discernment. We need to use our discernment. We're looking out at the world. We're seeing things, a lot of things that could be happening. And so we need to use our discernment and take care of our families and make our best choices and keep our vibrations high and keep projecting the world that we want to see. And all of those things that we talk about all the time, right? So I'm going to take and I'm going to throw 2 cards down on that end in the cycle. And I'm going to see what it shows us. All right, so what's ending is going to create a celebration. It's a win card. So this is a 4 of Wands, and if you look, they're celebrating. So we're going to get a small celebration with this ending. Again, that's the journey. So it's not really telling us just yet. Let's pull another card. And we are getting the King of Swords. So I am thinking, because it's given us swords and wands in the month of September, we're going to see mainstream media, right? We're talking about information with swords. We're talking about words, thoughts, ego, information technology. So the ending, what we're going to see end in the month of September, which is a big shift, the star, that's a big deal. September is going to be a big deal. I think what we're going to be seeing ending is the false narrative, perhaps on the mainstream media. Why do I say that? Because we're getting the King of Swords. We're going to be celebrating. I asked for clarification off of the ending. What's ending? What's going to create the celebration? Information. And it's the king. It's the king of information. So it's a big deal. And we also have, you know, in this reading, along with our wands, we have the information coming up to the surface, and we have the winning card. So I would say that finally we've won against the mainstream media, and we're actually going to be getting new information on mainstream for everybody to hear that's real. Some actual real news is going to be coming out. So that is a celebration, because everybody deserves to know the truth. Yes, we've all done our digging. We've been digging for years. Some of us have been digging. I mean, I know people that have been digging for 30, 40 years, right? But everybody deserves to know the truth. And we can't get mad at people for believing the news, because they've been raised to believe that you can believe the news. So we can't get mad or impatient with people who are trusting something that by rights they should be able to trust. It's sad that they can't. But so I think what we're going to see is it's a celebration and it's information. I wonder if it's going to be the EBS or if there's just a switch over. With now the news is actually reporting the news. So let's take a peek and see what they want to say about that. I'm going to ask flat out on this brand new journey, are we getting the EBS? Are we going to get the emergency broadcast system finally telling people the truth? Let's see if it's the EBS. I've wondered if it would be done that way, because it might be shocking, but let's see. Okay, so it's given me the 3 of Wands, and it's given me the Sun, which is a celebration. Remember, Higher Arcana card, right? So I would say it's not going to be like we think it's going to be. When you think of the EBS, you think of the beep and the screen goes black, and then it's like, this is the emergency broadcast system, and then we've all kind of had it in our minds that then it will just be like on loop of like truths being reported, da da da. I don't think so. We got the Three of Wands with the Sun card. So I don't think that's going to be how it's done. I think it's just all of a sudden truth is going to be, it's going to just be reported. So it's going to seem like it's the same as it always was, except for now, these mainstream medias are going to be reporting truths. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like it's going to be this big, you know, the emergency broadcast system as a lot of us might think of it as. Looks like it's going to be more subtle, probably because it would be a little easier for people to grasp. For if you've been listening to the news your whole life and you believe everything that's on the news, and then all of a sudden is an EBS that's saying all this other stuff, you may just think your country's been taken over. Which our country was taken over. But these guys don't know that yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't know that yet. So they would be thinking, you know, something else. So yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be done more subtle, but yes, the news is going to shift, and it's not going to be in the form of like the EBS like we might imagine it in our heads to be, but the news is shifting, and I got an absolute yes on that. And it's because of trying to help people keep their emotions intact. I mean, think about how scary regular EBS with the beep, and then the screen goes blank, and then the EBS comes on, and all of a sudden these people that trust their governments, and they trust their doctors, and they trust everything in the world that is a lie, is now just producing boom, 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 all of these facts and all this stuff that we've had years to integrate this information into us. So it can't be done that way. It's not going to be done that way. It's going to come out, it's going to start coming out in the news, in drips, like regular broadcasts. They're just going to start telling the truth about things, you guys. And that's good enough. That is in itself a celebration and a big win. That's a higher arcana card. And it's going to be done that way. Yes, it's going to be done that way to save people's emotions so that people don't go crazy with this information. We've had a long time to integrate this information. People who don't really understand all of this nefarious stuff, if they were bombarded with it in that fashion like we think about, they very well could have a nervous breakdown or go catatonic or something. So anyways, that's one of the things that's ending in the month of September. One of the things that's ending is the fake news. Okay? So that's one of the readings that I'm going to do. I do have others. Sorry I haven't been on. I really haven't felt in the last few weeks that I've really needed to. I haven't felt the push to do it. And I've been incredibly busy, so I've just been rolling with my life. But as of Saturday, I've really been feeling that push. So I hope that you all found value in this reading. Yeah, keep your chins up, keep your vibrations high, keep projecting the world that you want to see. Get excited for the month of September and some real truth coming out. And remember, my cousin and I were just talking about this yesterday, and I think this morning too, because we talk almost every day. Remember, when people start finding out the truth, even if they've been mean to you, okay? This isn't the time for I told you so. It isn't. You can't be mad at these people. Mind control tactics work. They work, and they've perfected them. And these people trusted a system that they rightfully should have been able to trust, but they couldn't. You know, that system led them astray. And when they start figuring out that everything that they held dear and everything that they believed in passionately and all of these lies that they've been told were lies, and the last couple of years especially of their life everything that they thought and believed and did because of these lies, it's going to be devastating to some of them. So this isn't the time to be mean with the I told you so's or whatever. Maybe it is the time to hold them up to accountability and remind them that this is exactly why none of us have a right to dictate to another person what they should or shouldn't be doing with their lives and their bodies. But not a time for I told you so's. Remember compassion, hold space for them, and yeah, we'll go from there, right? So lots of compassion, lots of love, hold space. And let's see how September rolls out. All right, you guys, I hope that you found value in this. A very exciting time to really have some real news coming out. A very exciting time. And I'll be back with some more readings. There's some other questions I want to know about the month of September that we're going to peek into. But I just want to keep these short so that they go up kind of faster than 2 or 3 days. All right, you guys, many blessings, much love, good high vibes. Make sure that you're doing the things that will be good for your family, but don't do it within a fear base. You know, do it joyfully. Do it joyfully. Do what you can to take care of your family during these very, very different times. None of us have ever seen anything like this. My parents would be very old right now if they were still with us, and they never saw anything like this, and they lived through the 40s. You know, this is a very unique time. It's our time to shine, humanity's time to shine. All right, you guys, until next time, much love from me to you.